Welcome back to our YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how to paint the walls inside of one of the living rooms that we have in our house. Please stay tuned and continue watching until the end, because we're going to show you the entire process of how we paint around any obstacles, including a vaulted ceiling like you see right here. If you want to learn how to do all kinds of handyman work projects, DIY projects, and home renovations, then you're in the best place here on YouTube, since that's all we do here at Frank's Handyman Service. Consider subscribing to our YouTube channel and activate the notification bell so that way you don't miss out on any future videos that we're going to be uploading. Before you start painting any of your walls, you're going to want to make sure that you cut in all of the edges like you see right here. This shows the wall where the fireplace is. I basically cut in all of the edges on top of the baseboard, around all of the outlets, and also this fireplace area. This is the other wall that has the wooden railing at the top. I put some blue tape around that so I don't paint the wood, and it goes all the way around this entry and then also into the kitchen. Before we get started, I put this drop cloth. That's very important, so that way if you ever get any paint that splatters or it drips, then the drop cloth can catch it and you won't damage the carpet. But this process is pretty straightforward. You just want to load up your roller, and once you do that, you can start painting about 3 feet wide to 5 feet long spaces, or until your roller doesn't have any paint or it's kind of thin. You'll be able to tell this. Like you see right here, I painted this little section right there, and I noticed that the paint was starting to thin out from the roller. So once I see that, then I just go over the same spot and I'll just try to focus on the area that is freshly painted so I can get a nice and even coat. You want to make sure that it's not too thin or too thick, but just like a middle thickness. If you do this, if you take your time and you do it the right way, you're only going to have to paint this wall one time. That's all I had to do here, especially since I'm going from a white color that is what typically the walls are, and I'm going to a light gray modern color that I picked up at Lowe's. So if you take your time, paint everything, just go over it a few times, the same area, and this makes sure that you go over the texture. You're gonna only have to do this once, and you can remove the blue tape and you're done. So one thing that's very important is you're gonna want to get a good quality paintbrush, or paint roller. So the paint roller that I'm using, it's the one made from Purdy, and I got the one that's for the semi-smooth to semi-rough texture for the wall. And this is the speed that you want to roll your wall with. If you see right here, I'm going up and down, so not too fast, not too slow, but just in a pretty consistent flow. You just want to go like in a zigzag motion. You go up and then you come down diagonally, then you go up and then you come down diagonally. So then you're just kind of overlapping the same area several times until you can see that you're getting a nice even coverage. You know, and you want to just spread it out as even as possible and make sure that there's no lines visible or streaks or anything like that, because it's going to show through once the paint dries. But as long as you kind of go through this and you make sure that there's no lines or streaks and everything is nice and even coverage, you're gonna get a good quality finish. And that's exactly what happened here. So I'm painting, this is the right side of the wall, and you can tell that that corner, I wasn't able to cut it in at this time because my dad wasn't available, and I needed somebody to help me because my ladder is only 8 foot tall, and I wasn't able to get all the way to the top because it was not stable. But once I had him, he helped me to hold it so it's nice and firm, and then I was able to get in all the way to the top. I have an extension pole that you see right there. It's the one that you screw on the roller onto. And this extension pole, it goes from 2 feet up to 4 feet. And I would highly recommend for you to have one of these, because then you don't have to get all the way up to on the top of the ladder. You know, you just, like right there, I'm maybe about halfway, and I'm able to get it really high up there with that extension. I maxed it out at the 4 feet, and I'm able to reach all the way to the top. So right here, that's all covered right here. I'm just gonna come back later when my dad is available, and I'm gonna paint whatever's left there for the cut in lines at the top. And then I'm working my way through here. This is the other little corner area. This was like one of the most challenging parts of the painting project, and it's mostly because it's really it was like the tallest part of the project. But everything else, it's pretty straightforward. I'm making sure that below each of the areas that I'm painting, that I have the drop cloth. So just in case, because I did notice, even though I take my time, that some of the paint, it does kind of like splatter a little bit, like finely. So this is the other angle spot right here. Those 2 lights that you see, I didn't remove them completely. I just unhooked them. I cut around them, and then from there I was able to paint with the roller so I can get that area as well. This is the results after I painted all of the walls. This is after I cut it in and all that. It's also good to turn on the fan, that way you get some nice airflow and it dries a lot quicker. But this project only took me 2 afternoons. I started on a Friday and I finished it on Saturday. So this is something you can do on a weekend. It's gonna help you to renovate your house, make it look more modern, and it's gonna definitely increase the value of your home instead of having just plain white walls. Because a light gray color, that's what people are using the most nowadays. We hope you like this video. Please consider subscribing to our YouTube channel and activate the notification bell, so that way you don't miss out on any future videos that we're going to be uploading in the near future. You can see right here the carpet that I have is like a greenish color, which I'm going to replace in the future. These are new couches that we got. They're like a darker gray color, so now it goes a lot better with how the walls are. Thanks for tuning in. May God bless you, and we'll see you on the next video.